Hey everybody, welcome back to Still Can't Cook. I am your host, Kelley Fahey. You should know that by now. Anyway, thank you for coming back. I wanted to talk to you about a bunch of things. I always talk about what goes on with On Again, Off Again. So right now, we're kind of, I don't know what we're doing. We're kind of maybe again, I guess. We're kind of in between again. What I realize is that we're not a couple. We broke up. He is my ex-boyfriend. I am the ex-girlfriend, but there is a complicated attachment that we have. And so I'm kind of sitting in that right now. There's been a few things that have changed between us. I made the comparison, and I know this is, my mom had Alzheimer's, and so I'm very sensitive to it. I'm not making light of any of what happens with the disease at all. But what I do, sometimes you can kind of use the analysis when you are losing something little by little. And I think that what I've realized in the situation, especially lately, because so many things are changing in both of our lives, is that, this kind of a slow breakup is a lot like Alzheimer's. It's like it's a chipping away at something. And I think, and bear with me if you can, that I think a quick break, like an ending, is probably very difficult. I'm sure it is. I haven't, I've been in the same on again, off again thing for quite some time. So the last real breakup, I can't quite remember when it wasn't him. It's reminded me, again, not the same pain that I had with my mother, but the small chip away at something. You know what I mean? It's very similar when you don't have that quick rip of the bandage. And I'm very happy where we are. I don't want to change anything. The way in which we have structured this the structured breakup that we have, I think it is working for both of us. It's sometimes, for me, I'm much more conscious of what I used to be and what I am now. And I've mentioned before, and I'm going to mention, I like titles. So when I don't have a title, I feel like I'm fucking floating in limbo. So I am the ex-girlfriend, but we don't say those words. I don't know. It's just it's a weird thing that I'm in the middle of right now. So that's kind of, welcome to the ride with me. I don't know how we are. So the other thing that's happening with me right now is I am conscious of my sadness in the summertime. I am sad in the summertime. I think it could be because I grew up on the beach. Growing up, I grew up in a neighborhood. Garrison Beach is surrounded by water. The summers were the thing. It was like there was always something to do. We had a boat. You went fishing. You went to the beaches with your family. As I grew older, I spent my summers with my mom and dad before I met On Again, Off Again. And then when I met On Again, Off Again, then I was traveling every summer. Prior to the breakup, after the loss of my parents, summer became sad for me. And even when I met On Again, Off Again, there were chunks of time where I knew I was going to be seeing him or going to travel to meet him somewhere. But the small times, those nights when the windows are open and there's a little warm breeze coming in and you hear things happening outside and you're not part of it, I feel very disconnected and sad in the summer. Where in the winter, you have your snowball fights. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. Go ahead and go ski. I'll see you. I'm be home with the wine watching TV. I don't need to move. I don't even think I shower in the fucking winter. I don't give a shit. I am sweatpants, hoodie, happy. When I make my hot coffee and iced coffee, the season has changed. And for the rest of that season, I drink the iced coffee until it's time to switch back to the hot coffee. I'm very specific about my coffees. So if my coffee is iced coffee, I'm probably sad. Because I feel like there should be, you should do stuff. I feel like summer is when you should be in love and with someone and traveling and on boats. Last summer, I took an entire month and I went and spent a month in Puglia in Italy with my girlfriend Stacy. And it was such a smart thing to do because I got to leave the environment where I think the sadness originates. I think if I was somewhere else and it was warm, I don't think I'd be as sad. I think New York is sad in the summer for me and not sad in the winter. And mind you, I'm very lucky that I don't have to jackass in the freezing cold to go to an office or do things that a lot of people have to do. And I did it for a long time, though I'm full of shit because I lived literally 50 feet from my job. I haven't jackassed to a job in a really long time. So when it starts to get hot and the weather changes and I feel like I'm missing out on something, it's not that I'm missing something here. I feel very lonely in New York in the summer. And And I guess I'm the opposite of cuffing season. I am the non-cuffer. whatever you want to call it, I'm the opposite of it. So I'm feeling that now. I'm feeling like, where am I? I get very antsy. Like, what are you doing? Where am I going? I need a plan. I need a trip. And I'm really lucky because I have friends who are a short flight away. Like I have friends in Ohio, I have friends in North Carolina. I spent some time recently in North Carolina with a girlfriend of mine, fell in love with Topsail Island. Is New York just not summer the place? Is it just not the place to be in the summertime? I mean, Lord knows the smells. You'd walk out and be on Canal Street and wow. Canal Street in the summertime is like, it's every fucking smell in the world. It's disgusting. It smells like the sewer just hits you in the nose. It's everywhere. And New York gets wet and it's damp. The humidity's crazy. Maybe it's just New York is kind of creepy in the summer. Also, like I said, I had the luxury of being a New Yorker, but coming from my part of Brooklyn, we had the beach, we had the water. So I got to be a New Yorker, but also got to put my feet in the sand and the water. And for me, that's super grounding. So I think when I'm feeling it coming and I'm the smell, the summer smell and the iced coffee's happening, and I'm surrounded by cement, even grass doesn't do it for me. Like, people go to Central Park. Central Park is depressing in the summertime to me. I'm like, why are we not on a beach? No one really wants to be here. Again, this is personal for me. I don't put this on anybody else, but I recognize now that for me, New York is, in fact, sad in the summer. I feel sad in the summer. And I should probably take more advantage of New York beaches and New York things. And I said it one episode, if you haven't watched, go back and watch because I'm great. But I talk about dating New York and learning how to date the city alone. And I haven't done it. See, it's one of the things when you say these things and people are listening, you need to kind of follow up. So the follow-up is, I haven't been dating the city. And in the same vein, I haven't been dating anybody. I was saying I want to take myself out more and do things in the city alone because I do that in other places a lot. Like I go sit in Miami by myself. I'll go to restaurants, I'll do things. Here in New York, I tend not to take advantage, aside from the theater, of all the stuff New York has to offer. That being said, I've talked about it. I'll talk about it again. I've tried to start dating with this online dating. I am on other dating apps, and I really was like, I'm going to do it. I know he's dating, and what's the big deal? I'll just go on a few dates. So I join these apps, and I'm talking to people and talking to people, and that's about it. And then recently, I decided to confirm a date. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. I want to meet somebody. I should have a partner. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. All the things I'm telling myself, all bullshit. I'm so full of shit. I don't feel any of that, but that's what I'm supposed to feel because I'm listening to everybody else's fucking voices. So I decide to say yes to this date. So I say yes to this date, and then something happens, and I realize if I'm on a date and on again, off again calls, I can't answer the phone. Like, here's what I'm talking about with the strangeness of it's over, but it's not really over. He cannot answer the phone for months, but we're in such a good place right now. I don't want to jeopardize it. So dating someone right now could, in fact, put me in a shit position with someone I don't want to be in a shit position with. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. When he needs me, my availability is required, and I respect that. And so the more I was talking to different guys, the more I was like, I don't think I really want to do this. And he's being so nice. And again, we're not together, and I'm not looking to get back with him. It's not like I'm thinking, I'll keep being nice to him so he and I will get back together. But I really want to maintain the peace. When we're happy, when there's peace there, everything else in my life is peaceful. I know, I'll work on it in therapy. We're trying, but it is in fact true for me. So I decide to make this date, plan the date. And then it turns out we're going to end up shooting the day that I'm supposed to go on the date, which also for me starts freaking me out because I'm like, I have so much to do in one day. How am I going to do the show? And then I'm going to go on a date. And what if you go? So I'm like, you know what? I think it's too much. It's going to pull into it. Let me just tell this guy I can't do this right now. And I really was, in fact, still sort of open to trying dating. And I said, hey, can we reschedule? Prior to that, my dog sitter had canceled. I don't leave my dog alone, judge away. I don't leave my dog alone except for 1 hour if I'm going to Pilates. The dog has a babysitter, travels with me, goes to restaurants. I have a sitter, or he's with me. I don't leave him alone. I say to him, hey, strange person who I don't know, I will have to bring my dog to dinner. I know that's weird, but I don't have an option. I don't want to break the date, but I'm going to have to bring the dog. Cool. I know the restaurant. I've been there with my dog, so I know the restaurant's okay. But I want to make sure you're okay. He says, no problem. That's great. I'm like, okay, right answer. Day of the date, I say, you know, it's too much for me. Hey, look, I'd really like to reschedule if that's okay. And this dude was like, I should have known when you were going to bring your dog. What did you just say? Did you just say the dog did? I felt the tone. The tone of the dog was like, this is why I'm not dating. First of all, you are so lucky to meet my dog if I'm going to bring the dog on the date. But like, we've never had another date. It wasn't like I canceled before, but he was like, clearly you're not ready to date. I should have, I don't even know what the fuck he said. The line about, I should have known when you couldn't leave your dog for a few hours. No, I don't leave my dog for a few hours. So if you don't like that, we can't date anymore. We can't even be friends, to be honest. But what happened was all of a sudden I was like, oh, I've said it before and I'll say it again. God taps, he taps, and he punches you in the face. So basically God was like, what are you doing? You know you don't want to date anybody. You know that's not your focal point right now. What I want to do is this. I want to put all my energy into this. I want to figure out how I could remember a script. Long story. I want to do this. I want to do this well. I want to figure out guests and what I'm going to talk about in my solos and try not to have my dog make fucking noise while I'm trying to record. I want to do this. So if I put the energy into this, I think organically, if there's supposed to be somebody I meet, then there's going to be somebody I meet. But I haven't taken down the apps. So because I haven't taken down the apps, I still have interaction with men online. I paid for the fucking months, so I'm keeping it till my months are over. The things that men think you want to talk to them about or are lines or somehow a way of opening up conversation are shocking to me. Shocking. I have... At some point, we can read them, but I have the craziest messages. I wrote on I think I'm on Hinge and Bumble, and on one of them I said, I want a guy who's going to grab the door. Like, I have a big thing about chivalry, and I'm like, I'm not grabbing my own door. I had this one guy who went, speaking of that, and when I tell you, it was like, I think it was like 8 paragraphs of a soliloquy about how he felt about, like, okay, bye, delete, crazy. I don't know you. Why are you talking to me so much? Like, be like, cool. 1-word answers, couple lines, but like, what are you writing a book to me for, you fucking weirdo? How much time do you have? Then the immediate jump to sexual. I had one guy say, what are you into? And I said, referring to what? And he goes, anything. And I'm like, blocking your fucking weird ass. What question is that? I do not judge what anyone is into. It's not weird, it's just not my thing. You should be able to explore your sexuality and do all the kinky shit you want to do if that's your bag. And that being said, if you do have a weird perversion, which is what we're going to talk about, when do you tell somebody, right? So I had a guy who likes to get peed on in the shower. Okay, sir, well, keep it going, I wish you luck. I, in fact, pee in the shower, but on my own feet. Not on anybody else's. Sorry to my housekeeper. I keep the water running. I think my sister gets out of the shower or a pool to actually pee. Like if I have to pee, like really pee, I'm not going to pee in a pool, but like a little tinkle, a little tinkle in a pool. Anyway, pissing on men in the shower is not my bag. But so then here's the question. If you're into getting peed on or peeing on, or if you're into S&M, or if you're into, a bondage, if you have a kink, when do you tell somebody? It really should be in the first 5 minutes. I respect the guy who says, I want to get peed on, more than the guy that goes, what are you into? Like, ew, you're a fucking creep, and I'm not into you. And hey, pee guy, good luck, How do you break that in like 6 months into a relationship? There's kind of got to be something you talk about up front. The same thing is like, any kind of weird fetish. I don't want to be with someone for like 6 months and then come home from dinner one night after caviar and him be like, can I wear your panties? Like, we probably should have talked about this when we first met on Bumble. You can't judge people for what they like. So I don't. But I do think if you have something that isn't the norm or doesn't fit in the cookie cutter, when do you say it? When you're online dating, these are the things that come up. And And unless you're really going to go for it and be committed to making this the way you meet somebody, it is a lot of working through a lot of interesting people, a lot of different types of people with different wants and needs. So as I'm talking about not wanting to date, and then I'm talking about the weather getting warmer and the feeling in the air and the iced coffee, maybe I do want to date. But then how do I date? How does that manifest itself? How do I figure out, how do I weed through these messages, some of which are bananas and some are fine? So not only am I not dating, and that's frustrating me, and because I want to kind of date, I don't want to know, I don't know. How about that? I'll leave it at I don't know. I'm sitting in the middle of that too. I'm in the middle of everything right now. This is my middle stage of life. How am I supposed to date when I'm aggravated all the time? I'm going to talk to you about my pet peeves, one of which are cars that drive the speed limit. Here's the thing. I'm a New Yorker. I do everything fast. We walk fast, we drive fast, we talk fast, as you know. And so when you get into an Uber or a Lyft, you expect the driver to drive like they're in a video game, right? I want to feel like I might die on my way somewhere, but I want to get there quick. And I use Lyft, not Uber, because Lyft is connected to Delta, and I love Delta. Thank you, Delta. Please watch my podcast. People who drive the speed limit, it doesn't make any sense because it's New York, and if we go that slow, we're never going to get anywhere. And if you wait, you do hit all the lights. The speed limit in New York City makes absolutely no sense. You should drive like you're playing that game. Is it Tetris? Ding, ding, ding. No, Frogger. Remember Frogger? Where it's like, I want a driver who thinks they're playing a video game. That makes me nuts. If I get in your car, don't drive the fucking speed limit. If we get a ticket, I'll pay for it. Annoying. The other thing that drives me crazy is when I take the time to text somebody and explain something to them about what's going on with my day and what I'm doing, and said person calls and says, "What are you doing?" I don't know. Exactly what I just fucking wrote to you 20 minutes ago and told you what I was doing. What do you mean? What about my text message made you not read it? What about your life is so much busier than mine that you can go without reading my text message? If you text message me, I read it in 2 seconds. I am on top of my email, I'm on top of my text messages. I think it's very disrespectful for someone to share with you. The other thing that I leave a lot of is voice notes. I'll do a voice text. And I know not everybody digs it. You don't got to send me back a voice text. But if I take the time to talk through a voice text, listen to it. It's very, very irritating for me when I send a text and it's not read. And the question that I've already supplied, I gave the answer prior to you asking. If you ask me a question that I've already told you because you just didn't take the time to fully read my text message. It is painful. It causes me pain. The other thing I don't like and drives me nuts is when someone doesn't know how to use an emoji. First of all, stop. Let's just stop with the emojis. Heart, the little buggy face. What else do you need? What is all this stuff? When someone gives you the wrong face, or when someone's emojis, I have a friend, a white girl, whose emojis are like very tan. They're not, there are different shades of people on, which there should be because there's many shades of us. But I think that your emoji should be your shade. Now, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I find it a little bit offensive when someone's emoji is not their skin's shade. Could be stupid, could be my thing, but I do have a friend, a white friend, whose emoji looks kind of Hispanic, and I need to ask questions about that. I don't want your emoji not to look like you. And if it only looks like you in the summer, let's just rethink it. Your Bitmoji should look like you. My Bitmoji don't have blonde hair. Doesn't make any sense. My dog is coming to say hello. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Real talk. Do you ever find yourself oversharing to someone who really isn't qualified to help? Well, last week I found myself sharing my existential crisis with Oliver, my dog. And you know what he did? He stared at me, he blinked twice, and then he fell asleep. No emotional support. It was actually quite rude. That's when you need someone who can actually help, like a licensed therapist. No weird waiting rooms, no awkward small talk, just professional help when you actually need it, wherever you are. So if you're someone who has a weird schedule or travels a lot or just prefers to live your life in sweatpants, it's even better. BetterHelp has access to over 30,000 licensed therapists, and you can change your therapist at any time. So you don't get stuck with someone who, stares at you, licks their foot, and then falls asleep. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/cook today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/cook. Now let's get back to the show. So I can't stand people who don't use emojis right, who have emojis that don't look like them if they're going to send it, have it be a different color than them. And again, I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know if you're allowed to be any color in the world. Maybe you identify as Hispanic on your emoji. For me, it's if your name's O'Reilly, it makes no sense. I don't get it. Doesn't really, it annoys me. I tried to make my little Bitmoji look just like me. It looks nothing like me, but I tried. It has freckles and glasses and brown hair and has white skin. So can I tell you what my pet peeve is? When my dog is acting foolish. This is the greatest dog in the whole wide world. Okay, Oliver, you've just jumped into my pet peeve section, and I didn't want you here. I wanted you on the things I love section. Yeah, but you're being weird. Oh. You get on camera and you stop panting? Pet peeve number 4, Oliver panting. Can we stop? Do the good babies? Here's something really interesting that I need to share with everybody, and I don't know if you're going to get it if you're not from New York, but please ride this wave with me. So in New York, there are drugstores. There's Duane Reade and there's Walgreens, right? And whatever, there's little mom and pop places, but these Duane Reade is like everywhere. They're not just New York. Actually, they're not. No, they're other places. It's a chain of drugstores. So I am sitting down with a girlfriend of mine, and she's telling me that her office changed. And she said, I'm going to make up an address, 25 Green Street. And I'm like, 25 Green Street? She's like, yeah, it's Green between Duane and Reade. What are you talking about? So wait a second. Duane Street and Reade Street meet? And then in my head, I saw the signs. And it is spelled the same way the Duane and the Reade are spelled in Duane Reade. What in a New York minute is happening here? Do you think by chance that Duane Reade was named after Duane and Reade Streets? Could this even be? Or were the streets named after Duane Reade, the pharmacy? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I am now on a mission. I go to my chat GPT because it's my best friend. It's also it's everything. It's my therapist. When my therapist is busy, rewrites my shit. Love me some chat GPT. So I go to chat GPT. I just said chat GPT, go on it. Where did Duane Reade get its name? Wouldn't you know, 2 guys opened up the drugstore in 1960 on Duane and Reade. What that did to my brain, that it was too much for me to process. It's like finding out, literally like finding out, like a Walgreen is between a wall and a green place. Like my head, I think my brain broke. What do you mean that I've been in New York my entire life? I am walking distance from both Duane and Reade Streets. I see the signs. I get all my prescriptions at Duane Reade. I don't know how you're doing with this, but for me, mind blown. I think some people felt that way when they found out Tribeca stood for Triangle Below Canal. I didn't. Soho, south of Houston, NoHo, north of Houston. As a New Yorker, you know these things. I love learning things. I forget. That's the best part about me. I forgot so much that I relearned things I already knew. It's perfect. So going through all of my pet peeves makes me realize that maybe I'm the problem and maybe I should start dating. I don't know. So I do contradict myself. And so I maybe might want to start dating. And I'm going to start dating with you. So let's this is a big deal here. I'm going to show you guys my dating apps. So we have the guy here who is literally asking me, says he'll carry my... No, I carried the bag thing. That's another one. Sorry, I'm jumping around. He said he would hold the door for me if I buy the first round. So that would be a no-go on you, buddy. Looking at what you want in a man, I'm the one for you. But what looks good on paper, etc. What, Tom? What? I don't get it, Tom. I don't get it. And I don't understand. I'm going to ask Tom. What do I say? What the fuck are you talking about, Tom? And what happened to your... You forgot to buy a vowel, Tom. There's an O missing in the U. Yeah. Can I write you forgot to buy a vowel? No. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, Charles. Okay, so he's Charles. Charles is talking a lot. Oh, right, I forgot we're on the Silly app. Oh, he asked me for a picture. Charles asked me for a picture. And then he forgot we were on the Silly app, and he was doing playful sarcasm. No, I don't like you. Please don't say playful sarcasm. What are you, my grammar school teacher? No, I do not like you. Bye, Charles. You're stupid. Well, who's asking for a picture on an app that doesn't allow you to send pictures because you just saw my picture. So why are you asking? The whole thing is about pictures. That's all you see. And then you ask for a picture on the app when I can't give you there's not even an option to give that. So you're dumb. You're dumb. And I don't like you. And I don't like playful sarcasm either. That's a grammar school teacher thing to say. Then there's Anthony who asks, which is the work of art, you or the painting? I do have a picture of myself standing in an art gallery. That's cheesy. It's stupid. No, Anthony. I'm not going to answer that. I'm the work of art, you fool. Why would you even ask? No to all the old guys. Because today, I learned today o'clock that I need your help to date. This is going to be a group effort, guys. Drum roll. Brrr, bing. Okay, so first guy's name is Tim. This guy is hugging a kid. That's going to be an automatic no for me. This guy's name is Ed. Ed has a tattoo. Ed is 59. He lives somewhere called Yap Hank. Bye, Ed. Where is that? Sorry, people who live in Yap Hank, but no. Brian, that's a good name. Simple pleasures. My vegetable garden. Oh, bye, Brian. Gotta go. Anyone who likes vegetables, can't date them. If he would have said my burger garden, what I really love is my pizza oven, then I say, hey, Brian. This guy's name is RR, which means he's hiding his name. He's 60. Social causes he cares about. Voting rights, voting access and expansions. I'm done. Too smart for me. Bye-bye, buddy. Okay, this guy's cute. Let's go back over here. Hold on. He's 54. I gotta change my things. West Milford. He's 1,000 miles away, so he lives in a different country. A typical Sunday. Coffee, tea, great company. Oh, he's a poet and he didn't even know it. His feet show it. They're Longfellows. See what I did? He does have a photograph of himself holding the sun, which I kind of like a little bit. And he's also a fisherman. This guy, I think you got enough of what's going on in my life here. It's a hard thing to do. Dating online is hard. And when I'm as picky as I am with the shirts and the words and the things and the stuff I don't know, and quotes from movies, clearly I'm the problem. It's a hard life out here for a woman over 50. This is the things we deal with. Someone said it's like going into a thrift store and finding the least used product. Something fucked up. And which I'm one of those products. I'm said product in thrift store. So can we talk about some of the photographs that these men put up and how I don't know why they would believe we'd want to see these things? There is a specific consistency in men's photos. I would be swiping left on the guy sitting on the train. I swipe left on the guy who has a turtleneck and a blazer. I swipe left on anyone who is holding a fish. Although I like fishing, you can be on a boat, but what are you doing with the fish in your hands? Even with I like a fishing reel, but not the fish. Kind of stupid. Any weird animal, do not be a hunter, because there are, and they do post pictures of themselves killing things. I don't understand where men put group pictures up of themselves and then don't tell you which one they are. Like, if I have a group picture of myself and it's me and an Asian girl and a black girl, and then every other picture I'm the white girl, clearly it's the white girl in the picture. But if you're going to put a picture, I put up myself with a bunch of white girls with brown hair, I don't expect you to know which one I am when you've only seen 3 pictures of me. Guys put up these group pictures all the time, and it's weird. And another thing that's weird is when a guy has a picture with his daughter who could be his girlfriend, and you don't quite know what's happening there. It's weird. Don't put your daughter's prom picture on a dating site. It's creepy. I would kill my father if he did that. There are just rules. Keep your kids off. Why am I going to see your kids? I don't want to see kids. I don't want to see body parts. I don't want to see men with tight pants so you can see the size of their penises. A lot of guys do that. A lot of underwear shots of guys. Gross. But that's the guys, again, if that's what you're into. But yeah, I think there's a lot of really strange flexes that they think they're doing. Like, you're not flexing in the coach section on your plane, because I can see what's behind you, and it's the bathroom. Bye-bye. So guys do have these real stereotypical things, right? So I have asked, but I'm going to ask you, what is the girl version of the fish photo or the picture with the animal? Oh, it's probably a mirror selfie. I bet the mirror selfie is probably the girl version of the fish photo or the tiger photo. There's a lot of animal stuff with guys. I think that probably girls, I would imagine the mirror photo, which I have on mine. What is the pictures that guys are sick of seeing of women? The one thing I know about dating apps, and people say this all the time, men lie about their height. So if a guy says he's 5'8", anything from 5'9", he's probably 5'7". So anyone who says they're 5'9" is probably 5'7", 5'6". If you say you're 5'7", you're probably 5'5". So men lie about their income and their height. Women lie about their age and their weight. And that's why when I first, long time ago, started on dating apps, this is like back when electricity started. I got on some weird app and I only put all of my pictures. I just was doing busts of myself. And I went on a date with a guy and he was like, thought you were going to be fat. And I was like, why? He's like, because you didn't show any of your body. And when girls typically only show from the bust up, it's because they have a big ass and like they're big bottomed. So now in my photos, I tend to put full body so that people have an idea of the full body. So I think women lie about age and weight, and men lie about their height and their finances. I'd love to know what you think about that. I know I'm right because I've been doing this for a long time. I told you, electricity, I got on a Bumble. No, it wasn't Bumble. What was the first one I went on? Match, I think it was. And then I was like on all of them, Plenty of Fish. I did it all. And then you see the same guys on repeat. It's really weird. Here's a true story. I met a guy on one of them, Bumble or Match, really cute guy, very interesting, and we started talking back and forth. And then I asked, we were asking questions, and then he asked me something, and I responded with another question, which is what you do, so you can keep the conversation going. And then he just went radio silent. And I was like, God, that guy was like, we had a cute little thing going on. We had a lot of friends in common. I'm on Facebook, and he died. They literally posted a memorial service, and I hit up a mutual friend. I go, is that so-and-so? And I took the picture. He died. True story. Terrible, tragic, but I was like, I'm glad it wasn't something I said. That's not funny. But he did, he died. So if he doesn't text you back, maybe he's just dead. So maybe this goes back to why I get annoyed about my text messages. Maybe I'm going to check on someone's heartbeat next time they don't fucking respond. It's not about not responding. It's not reading the message. That's what bothers me. I even know what I said. See, I forget a lot of things, but I know I said, read my full message if I tell you what I did. Anyway, so all these messages on all these apps are all the same. I can melt in your eyes. Are you the piece of art? I've read that one. Are you the piece of art, or is the art, like when you're standing in art thing? Men ask the cheesiest, they say the stupidest things. Wait, I had another one who said, you can't be 53, that must be backwards. Like, what are you talking about, you moron? Stay with me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rate some of the cringiest pickup lines. Are we like married now? Who says that? Who says that? Who says that? I hate that. I hate that. That's a 2 thumbs down. What is a gentleman like me doing without your phone number? I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I give him this. I give him a 1 up and a 1 down on that one. I usually go for 8s, but I can settle for a 10. You're a dick. And we get all the downs. Everyone's getting down on that one. We don't like it. I want to swim in your eyes, I've heard too. I want to swim in your eyes. And no, that's weird. You're gonna kill me and like chop me up? No swimming in any part of me. No. I'm new in town. Can you give me directions to your apartment? No, you son of Sam psycho killer. No, sir, I will not do that. I will, as long as the police are here to arrest you when you show up with the fucking duct tape and the rope. And sometimes I'm into that, but I gotta know ya. Are you a bank loan because you have my interest? No. First of all, you're definitely a dork. You've probably never had a girl who swallowed, and that would be a no, because you're so stupid. I dislike you. Two thumbs and 2 snaps. Are you French? I fell for you. I don't have any response to that. That hurt my brain. That hurt the brain. It hurt the same part as Dwayne Reed hurt. That's not healed yet. That part is still broken. So that I don't like. Do you ever wear fishnets because you're a real catch? That is like a visually gross. I can picture my legs in the fishnet. I could picture fishy fishnets. I could smell stuff. I hate that. I don't like that. It's bad. It's a bad pickup line. Are you my laptop because you're really hot and I'm concerned? I mean, that takes a lot of thought. And he's probably left high school to write it. So as long as you're skipping school, we should hang out. Do you believe in love at first sight, or should we match again? I don't know who these people are who write these corny things, but that would be a whole lot of absolutely not for me. Absolutely not. Though that's definitely a chick. A guy is not saying that. That's another thing. What's a girl's pickup line? I wonder what girls pick. We beat the shit out of men. What's a girl's pickup line? What do we say, stupid? You know what I say? Hey, Bob, how's your week going? Hey, Bob, happy Thursday. How's your week going? I say, hey, happy Monday. How's your week going? Happy Monday. It's fucking not going. It's Monday, Kelley. But I do. I say the same thing. I open up with how's your week going? And then what some guy pointed out to me, and that's how I just said that I learned it, is that I also only answer questions. I don't ask because I don't really give a fuck. I don't care how you're doing because I'm worrying about on again, off again. But so, they'll go, hey, how's it going? I'm like, great. So what are you up to this evening? Dinner? And then one guy said, should I stop talking to you? You don't seem interested. You haven't asked me one single question. And I was like, oh. So how are you? Like, what? I guess do I want to date or do I not want to date? I don't know, man. The jury is out. Clearly, the world needs some help. I don't know how people are even meeting each other if this is the shit that we're doing. This is why I'm single, because I have no tolerance. You know what's going to be my next pet peeve? All of this. I'm going to bring all this back up. I want to hear your best pickup lines. Or worse. Tell me the worst thing anyone or best thing anyone's ever said to you as a pickup line. I'm going to come up with some of mine. Those were not them. And we can discuss it. It'd be fun to hear what works and what doesn't work, because none of that shit works at all. I think what I want to do is complain about things, get a back rub, go out to dinner, have someone else pay for it, have someone play with my hair, tell me I'm pretty, sometimes walk the dog when it's cold, and go places with me in the summer because I don't like being alone in summertime. So that's what I need. I don't know if I need to date. I just need all of that. So maybe it'll be an Uber driver. No. I don't want to date an Uber driver. Take that back. There's a lot going on in the brain of mine, and maybe that's why I'm not dating, because I have 7,000 voices in my head saying 70 million different things, and most of the time I forgot what it said right after it said it. Like right now, I don't even know what's going on. It's just, now it's like radio. I have white noise in my brain right now. This has been a crazy episode. Lots of things are going on behind the scenes. My dog is having some kind of weird seizure attack. I don't know what's going on with him. Panting like he's run a marathon. It's dark. I'm hot. I overprocessed my hair with too much conditioner. There's a lot happening. You have no idea how much work this is for me to try to keep it together. I'm holding the ship up. I might be exaggerating a tiny bit. That's why I don't date, because I exaggerate too. It's me. It's all my fault. Anyway, thank you for staying on this weird-ass ride of ours, and it's been a great episode, I think. Once they edit the shit out of it, this is going to be an incredible episode of Still Can't Cook. Thank you for coming. Come back next week. You never know what's going to happen. There could be a dog panting. There could be a belly noise. Lots of things. I could have a date. You never know. Stay tuned. Let's see what happens. Thank you for coming back. Come back next week. Wherever you watch me, subscribe, comment, download, follow me, do all the things so I don't have to go away. You're going to miss the shit out of me if anything ever happens. So keep me around. See you next week on Still Can't Cook. Hey guys, thank you so much for showing up for another episode of Still Can't Cook. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcasts, on YouTube or any other podcast provider. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, please follow us at Still Can't Cook. Love to have you guys back every week. So happy that you joined us and look forward to seeing you next week.